Hello friends, now today we are going to start with unit number 5, which is solid geometry, where we are going to study 3D geometry, sphere, right circular cone and right circular cylinder. But before we start with this 3D geometry, we need some basic concepts like what is plane, what is straight line, what are the equations of planes and straight line, and some basic concepts we are going to see here in today's lecture. Okay. So first of all, we are going to see the equations of planes and lines. Okay, so some important formulas and definitions we are going to see over here. The very first thing that we are going to study is the distance formula. So if we have 2 points P, x1, y1, z1 and Q, x2, y2, z2, and if you want to find out the distance between these 2 points, then the formula is given by PQ is equal to under root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. Okay, so this is the distance between the 2 points P and Q. Then the next thing is the section formula. So if you are having a line whose endpoints are P and Q, and if you have a point R which dividing the line PQ internally in the ratio m is to n, then the coordinates of that point R is given by x equal to mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, y equal to my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n, z is equal to mz2 plus nz1 upon m plus n. Similarly, if you are having a straight line, if you are having a line PQ, and if R divides externally in the ratio m is to n, then the coordinates of R are given by x is equal to mx2 minus nx1 upon m minus n, y equal to my2 minus ny1 upon m minus n, and z is equal to mz2 minus mz1 upon m minus n. So these are the very important formulas for distance formula and a section formula. Okay. Then the next and a very important thing that we are going to study is direction cosines of a line. So if we have a line, suppose that line L, if you look at the line L, and that line is making the angle alpha, beta and gamma with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively, then the direction cosines is given by, just find out cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma are nothing but what? They are the angles made by the lines with respect to x, y and z axis respectively. Then cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma are called as the direction cosines of that line. That means simply find out the angle made by the line with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis and find out the cos of it. It will give you the direction cosines. Generally, the direction cosines are denoted by the letters L, M and N. And the very important thing that you are supposed to remember is, and this is a very important note, L square plus M square plus N square is always equal to 1. This is a property of direction cosine. Okay. Now the next definition that we are going to see is direction ratios. Before that, we'll just note down this thing. If we are having the axis x, y, z, then the direction cosines of the line of the axis x is 1, 0, 0. Direction cosines of y are 0, 1, 0. Direction cosines of z are 0, 0, 1. Okay, because x-axis made angle of theta with the same itself is 0, with y-axis is 90 degree, with z-axis is 90 degree. So cos of 0 is 1, cos 90 respectively 0, 0. That's why it is 1, 0, 0. Similarly for y, similarly for z. Okay. So the next definition is direction ratios. The numbers a, b, c which are proportional to the direction cosines element are called as the direction ratios. Okay. So since they are proportional, L upon A is equal to M upon B is equal to N upon C is equal to some K constant. Okay, and this is a very important thing. This is the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios. L is equal to under root A upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. M is equal to B upon under root A square plus B square plus C square, and N is equal to C upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. So this is the important relation between direction ratios and direction cosines. So if you have a direction ratios ABC, then we can easily find out corresponding direction cosines. Okay, and vice versa. Now if you want to find out the direction ratios of any line whose endpoints are x1 y1 z1 and x2 y2 z2, then if you want to find out the direction ratios of the line AB, then direction ratios are given by x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1. Simply subtract corresponding x, y, z coordinates, you will get the direction ratios of that line. Okay. Now if you want to find out the angle between two lines, and if you have the direction cosines of it, then if the angle between them is theta, then cos theta is given by cos of theta is n1 n2 plus m1 m2 plus n1 n2. Okay, this formula also will help you to find out the angle between two lines. Okay, then the next is you are going to find out the angle between two lines if the DCs are given or DRs are given. So it is cos of theta is equal to a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon under root, it should be under root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square into under root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Now if the two lines are parallel, obviously then the theta will be 0, and if the two lines are parallel, their direction ratios are proportional to each other or they are equal. Okay, so that's why we have written here k1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2 is some constant. Okay, similarly if the two lines are perpendicular, then the theta will be pi by 2, cos theta will be 0, and you are going to get that a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0. So this is the condition for perpendicularity of two lines. Okay, then this is a very important thing, planes. The general equation of the plane is given by ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. This is the general equation of the plane, where a, b, c are what? They are the drs of normal to the plane. Means what we are having, suppose this is your plane and this is the line which is perpendicular to that plane, and that perpendicular line is called as the normal, and the drs of this plane, this line is nothing but your ABC. So if you are having the equation of the plane as ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0, that ABC are nothing but what? They are the drs of the normal to that plane. Okay, then intercept form of the plane is given by x upon a plus y upon b plus z upon c is equal to 1, where ABC are the intercepts on the respective axis. Okay. Now if you want to find out the angle between two planes, simply find out the angle between their normals. So if you find out the angle between their normals, the angle between their normals and the angle between the plane is same. So the formula is again cos theta is equal to a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon under root a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square into under root a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Okay, where a1 b2 a1 b1 c1 and a2 b2 c2 are nothing but what? They are the drs of the normal of that plane, and then we are going to find out the angle between the normals, which will give you the angle between the planes. And now this is the last part. This is the length of the perpendicular, very important thing. So if you are having a plane, suppose like this is your plane, and if you have one point, suppose here some point whose coordinates are x1 y1 and z1, what I want to find out, I want to find out this length. This length I have given over here by p. So p is what? It is mod. So it is mod of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d upon under root a square plus b square plus c square. That means simply what you have to do is, while finding out the length, whatever is the equation of the plane, simply replace this x, y and z by this point x1, y1 and z1. So if you look at the numerator is what? ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d, and in the denominator what you are going to have? You are going to have under root of a square plus b square plus c square. That means nothing but this coefficient we are going to put it over there, and then we are going to take a mod of that, because since it is a distance, we are going to take it as positive. Okay, so this is a very important formula, length of the perpendicular. Now this is the general equation of the line. The equation of the line is in the symmetrical form, is given by x minus x1 upon a equal to y minus y1 upon b equal to z minus z1 upon c, where x1 y1 z1 is any point of the on the line and ABC is nothing but what is the drs of that line. Okay, so in this way we can find out the equation of the line. So these are the some basic things that we are going to need before we start with the problems of sphere, cone and cylinder. Okay, so we'll stop here today. Thank you very much. In the next lecture we are going to start with right circular cylinder. Thank you.